At that moment in time, we begin to feel, for lack of a better word, vibrations. Shivataji has arrived. So we just have touched on the rising of the Kundalini and how in its ascent it pierces through 6 of the 7 centers, and when it reaches the fontanelle area of the brain, it actually comes out of the top of the head and then expresses itself. At that moment, when this Kundalini passes from the top of the head, we begin to feel, perhaps for the first time, this all-pervading energy which we've spoken of, this Param Chaitanya, these vibrations, flowing upon our hands. And also, it can be felt from the top of the head, in the form of a very cool and gentle flow of energy. So perhaps for the first time, when this occurs, we begin to feel this divine power on our central nervous system. Something tangible and concrete that we can actually perceive. Now this connection begins to foster the link. He is the catalyst, and this instrument is the vehicle for that catalyst, which, when awakened, begins to establish that connection with our spirit, that reflection of the divine which resides born again, twice born, going from the egg-like state into that of a bird. So this next jump in humanity, in terms of our progress, is really to be in terms of the awareness itself. Not on the outside, in our ability to manipulate matter, comfort, etc., but inside, within.
Take it out better. You can't see me. Yeah.
Better. Oops.
Here, let's try.
Stand.
The weight is down, so.
It's all right, I'll hold it. It's very kind. That's better. Thank you. Sorry, it's raining for all of you. We can't sit there or something? It's better to sit because it will be continuously bothering them. You think? You can sit inside and I can talk to them.
Yes, the room behind you, Sri Mataji, which has sufficient lighting in it. If we could take our chairs in there, we could sit together.
Do you mind that? Then we can be together without much disturbance, isn't it? Let's go.
have to tape it to it. You have to make the tape. If you hold on to that, would you? That's Phil's first.
Come right over to this a second. All right.
This is a very good idea. He has organized it.
This one's for video. We have to get the public address function on it. Is the lead for that? It's PA. There's some change or something?
I can have it in my hand. So, it's all right. It's garland. It's all right. I can manage.
I just took this off so record the video as well. Is that okay? It's fine like that.
All right.
Sorry.
I bow to all the seekers of truth. At the very outset, we have to understand that truth is what it is. We cannot change it. We cannot organize it. We cannot conceptualize it. Above all, unfortunately, at this human awareness, we cannot know it. We have to be a subtle being to know the truth. I have to request you that whatever is told you about this, which is between us and God, which plays beautifully in ourselves, created so beautifully by our Creator. You need not believe blindly anything. Blind faith is of no use. But you should have a scientific outlook and keep your mind open. So whatever we are telling you, if it is proved, then as honest people, you have to accept it. I'm sorry I've come to Honolulu after such a long time. I've been to all various countries, I think, at least 45 countries. And we have centers in 55 countries. Also in America I came long time back. But I could come to Honolulu all these days. We had to have someone here, thank God, and I thank you all that Dave has come here to settle, and that's how I'm here. Now whatever he has told about this Kundalini, the power that we call as Kundalini, Kundal means the coils. and it is placed in the triangular bone called as sacrum. Sacrum means sacred. That means the Greeks knew that it was a sacred bone, and in that this Kundalini was placed. Now this is the power of our pure desire. As you see, in economics it is said that in general wants are not satiated. That means whatever we want for is achieved, but then we jump to another want and to the third want. So this is the pure desire, because all the rest of the desires we have are not pure. If they are pure, there would have been no problem of this kind of jumping from one desire to another. But this pure desire resides within us, and she is the feminine power of God Almighty. I don't know why in the Christian religion people try to avoid the feminine power. In all other religions they have talked about it. Recently I was reading a nice book on the mirror of goddess, where they have shown in 8 religions there were 8 goddesses described as the feminine power of God Almighty. They have tried to avoid it, I don't know for what reason. But according to my father, he said that Martin Luther, though he knew the truth, he tried to avoid to talk about the feminine power because of the Muslims, who were at that time very powerful, and he wanted that they should all join Christianity. And if they came to know that we are talking of feminine power, they may never come. So this feminine power, which is the one which we call as the primordial mother, they have God the Father, God the Son, and the Holy Ghost. How can you have a son without a mother? Simple question. And that's why we have got into lots of troubles all over the world, because we never respected our womanhood. Women also did not respect their womanhood the way they were treated. So many problems of immorality that is trickling down, and we are suffering because of that, is only because we did not respect the motherhood. And this feminine power is the mother within. She is there. The father is just the spectator of the whole show. She is reflected there as the mother, and she is the one who gives you a second birth. When they talk of second birth, how can you have your second birth without the feminine power? It's not done anywhere. So how can it be for our evolution also? We have this mother sitting there. And she is the one who is your individual mother. She knows each and everything about your past, your aspirations, your mistakes, everything she knows. So this Kundalini, when she rises, she's just like your mother who gives you birth. She takes all the problems upon herself. She doesn't allow any trouble to come to you. In the same way, she's a loving mother sitting down there just waiting for a chance to rise. We have seen the motherhood here in the Mother Earth. See how abundant, lush it is everywhere, so soothing to the eyes, so beautiful here. All this is done by the Mother Earth. And what did we pay her? Does she understand any payment? We just sow a seed, and with the living process, the seed sprouts. This Mother Earth has got the capacity to sprout all these things, to give everything in abundance to us. And this today, I'm happy that I am here at the time when the Earth Day is being celebrated. And this is something so good, because I have seen the best part of the Earth here in Honolulu, the way it is still maintained and still it is there. So this power within us is the one which is like a premium in a seed and rises, passes through 6 centers as it showed you, and pierces through the fontanelle area, which gives you your self-realization or your second birth, which is the actualization again of your baptism. It's not just artificial, somebody putting hand on your head and that you're baptized. It's the actualization. Actualization means that you must feel it on your central nervous system. In the evolutionary process, you have come up to this stage as a human being. But we have not reached that stage where we can say we know the absolute truth. We do not know the absolute knowledge. That's why there are problems, quarrels, wars, everything. Human beings quarrel much more than the animals can. I mean, if you go in a jungle, there's much better peaceful area, and you find it here. So the trouble is that we have not known the truth. We are sitting in the darkness of ignorance, and that is how we do not know how we are related to each other. We do not know what is our position with other people, and that's why this problem of conflict is all the time pending on our heads. But once this Kundalini rises, the first thing that happens to you is a new awareness, new dimension of awareness on your central nervous system. That is, whatever we have achieved in our evolution is expressed by our central nervous system. For example, if you want to go through a dirty place, you cannot. But an animal and dog can easily pass through. He doesn't mind anything. But a human being cannot go, because we have achieved that new sensitivity of cleanliness through our evolution. Now what we have to do is to understand, though we have achieved lots of sensitivities, we haven't yet achieved that state where we know what is right and what is wrong. Absolute. Somebody says this is right, somebody says that is right, somebody says this theory is right, somebody says that theory is right, somebody says we are right and you are wrong. Everybody thinks they are all chosen people, but nobody seems to be any different. Anybody following any religion, Christian, Hindu, Muslim, any religion, can commit any mistakes, can commit any sins. There is no binding on them. So what is that binding force which we have to have if we have to say that we lead a righteous life? For that, our spirit has to come into our attention. And when this Kundalini rises, the first thing that happens is that, as I told you, you get collectively conscious. Means you can feel the centers of your own, which is called as the self-knowledge. You see your own centers, and also you can feel the centers of others. Once you start feeling centers of others, who is the other? When you know what's wrong with them on your centers, and if you know by chance how to correct that, you can help yourself and you can help others. You will be surprised that all these subtle centers look after our plexuses. On the physical side, they look after our mental side, and they look after also emotional and spiritual side. They are the energy centers which get exhausted when we are using them on the left or the right. And suddenly something happens like this, the centers are like this, made by left and right, and suddenly something happens and they break. When they break, then the psychosomatic diseases, cancer and all those, even your AIDS and all those, all myelitis, all diseases which are incurable are caused. They are not only on physical side, they are physical as well as mental. And that's why the psychosomatic diseases are incurable by doctors, because they can only deal with the medical side, which has to deal with the physical side. I did myself my medicine as I had to talk to doctors. And that's how I know that how little they know about the middle part, which is the parasympathetic nervous system. This middle part is the one which gets enlightened completely. Which gets enlightened, these centers are brought together, they are nourished. Not only that, but once you are connected to the mains, then all the time the energy starts flowing through you, and you get nourished and you feel absolutely at peace with yourself. Then the state, a new state of awareness comes within us, which we call as thoughtless awareness. It is like this, but if you are standing in the water, you are afraid of the waves because you think you'll be drowned by the waves. But supposing you are in a boat, then you can see all these waves and enjoy them. But supposing you learn how to swim, you can jump into the water and save others. Into these three stages you pass. The first stage is of thoughtless awareness, where you start watching everything, you become a witness. It's described in the Bible, everything, described in most of the scriptures, that you have to become a witness. Witness is like this: when you are watching a drama or a play, you start crying, weeping, feeling sorry. But later on, when the drama is over, you know it's a drama, I was wasting my time. So you become a witness. Now all these things which are said in the scriptures are to be proved. We have to prove there is God, and can be proved if you get your self-realization. Without self-realization, you cannot prove that there is God. Many people think that they are doing so much for God, they are praying to God, and how is it no answer is coming? The trouble is you are not yet connected. If the telephone is not connected, what's the use of telephone? It's down to earth logic. You have to get connected. Otherwise, You don't blame God. There's no need to blame God. It's the mistake of our misunderstanding that we are not yet connected. Or we are playing into the hands of people who are just giving us words. Yesterday I was really shocked, I must say that. I was really shocked to listen to somebody who was talking on the television. And I said, how could he talk like that? He has no fear of God. He has no fear at all. He is a shameless man, telling that you send them $100 and that if you release $100, you will get the grocery in your house. How can people believe? I mean, what has happened to the intelligence of American people? Have they lost that intelligence? I just don't understand. How can such stupid people impress you? How can you pay for God? God doesn't understand money. Please remember, He doesn't understand money. Sooner or later they will start asking money, and like blind people you start paying them. It's absolutely impossible. God cannot understand money and you cannot pay for God. It's all right. You can pay for the aeroplane, you can pay for the hall, but you cannot pay for realization. That's one thing we should understand, that this kind of stupidity is on. But I must say, you people are the most cursed people in this respect. All the horrible gurus are coming and settling down in your America. All of them. Surprisingly how people take to them. And they talk like this, this guru is very good because as you know, I have another life also. My husband is in the he's the Secretary General of the UN IMO. And I meet other people and they talk to me like this. This guru is very good. Have you been to that guru? No, I have not been. Oh, he's very good, but now bargaining is going on. Would you like to join him? Imagine bargaining and talking of money and things. Because you people have money, that doesn't mean that you should lose your heads completely. It's not proper. Must understand that you cannot pay for God. And this is something that upsets me the most about Americans. Why do they want to pay for God? Why don't they think? How much money did you pay to Christ? You are supposed to be Christians. How much did you pay? On the contrary, you sold him. Sometimes this disturbs me the most when I see such a man talking for half an hour so blatantly, and the TV people also allowing him to do such a thing to make money like that. Now you better stop all these things and take to the reality. And the reality you cannot purchase. Remember that. Reality is waiting for you to receive. Reality is love. And love, you cannot pay for it. You cannot pay for divine love. Try to understand. Use your intelligence. How much are you going to pay for your divine love? When I came to America, it was the first country I visited, and everybody told me that, Mother, you must charge some money, otherwise nobody will listen to you. Really. There are even better things I can tell you. You see, and I said, all right, how much? What's the value? Tell me. Let's evaluate. And then tell me how much have I to pay. How much you are going to pay for it. Then secondly, they told me in Boston, it was in Boston, can you imagine, the television people asked me how many Rolls Royces you have. I said, I have none. Then they said, we are not interested. They were only interested in persons like Rajneesh, and then they are arrested and thrown out. Every time you fall into a trap of somebody like that, and again that person is arrested or thrown out, what's the use of? Learn a lesson once for all. I am telling you this because Honolulu is not so much frequented by these horrible people. I hope so. Is it? Quiet. And I am really ashamed because I am an Indian myself. And I feel so surprised that they had to come to a country which is very rich. They couldn't manage this in India. Apart from that, Indians have their basic wisdom. They would never agree to a man who says, you give me $100 and the grocery will come to your house. They'll tell us another. See, now reality is such that it blesses you, no doubt. But you must not pay to reality. You cannot pay to reality. The another point that happens to you after this, that your attention becomes extremely enlightened. Such a person develops an innocent eye. Absolutely an innocent eye. Nobody has lost their innocence. Don't believe the stories of people. You cannot lose your innocence. It is such a solid thing in you. Only thing, there are some clouds which have to go. But your innocence is just there. And you have to just get to it. And you will find that your eyes have steadied down. Mind has steadied down. You have become extremely steady. And when such a person, even a glance of such a person, can do wonders. You are all, as he said, are very great people, no doubt about it. But you have to realize that to become great in spirituality, you have to take to the inner development and not to the outward thing. Like some people wear some funny dresses. By wearing funny dresses or shave their heads, if you can go to God, then all the sheep of the world must be already there. It's not that way. It is something so much inside that it works only when it rises through these centers. Sometimes, of course, the centers can be a little bit in jeopardy. Doesn't matter, we can work it out. It can be worked out. Every one of you can get your self-realization. And everybody can be very knowledgeable about it. This knowledge has to be absolutely free for everyone, absolutely available to everyone. Now you know all these people have come. Somebody has come from Australia, somebody has come from England, from all over they have come here. We have imported them just to come and help us here. But why they may come, then when you have to go abroad and do these things for me. Now the third thing that you achieve is the absolute knowledge. Absolute knowledge. Absolute truth. Now what is absolute knowledge? And absolute truth is like this. Now you are seeing me here standing. All of you are seeing me. Because on your central nervous system you have developed your eyes in such a way that you all see the same thing. Absolute knowledge is, or absolute truth is, when you see the same thing, when you know the same thing. There is no difference of opinion between people. Like if you put 10 children and cover their eyes with some handkerchief and put another man before him, they are realized souls. You just ask them what's wrong with that person. They may all of them raise the same finger. This means something wrong with his throat. So you ask the person, what's wrong with your throat? He said, how do you know? This is the language what the disciples of Christ spoke about the centers. They didn't speak Hebrew and all these languages. That anybody can speak. But the language of the centers they spoke, and the language of the centers is a very important thing which you have to learn. It is not difficult. Within 1 month's time, you all can be experts. You can be all your own gurus and your masters. You don't need any guru at all. You have to have only your own knowledge and your own perception. Now, the attention I told you becomes very dynamic. And also I have told you that you get the truth as a part and parcel of your being. Supposing a man comes from the jail. Mostly it has happened about all these false gurus. They have been all criminals. And they wore these special type of dresses, came here, sat in some corner, and people started worshipping them. And that is how they have become great masters, one better than the other. Now these great masters have minted money, have made big marketing here, and are now still busy with it. Now, how will you know that this person is real or not? Even if Christ stands before you, how will you know that he is Christ? Or anybody who stands before you, how will you know that he is? What is the way? It's very simple, is that once you get your realization, you start feeling the cool breeze in your hand. And when you start feeling that, it's not very cool, it's very pleasantly cool waves. And if there's a man who is Christ, for example, start feeling tremendous cool breeze. But supposing he is some sort of a thug from India, immediately you will know that he has come out to cheat us. Immediately you will find out, not only about a person, but about somebody's sickness. Because I told you that these centers look after your health, your physical body, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So as a result, you will be surprised, people have been cured, as I told you, of many diseases through SahajaYoga. There are 2 doctors in Delhi who have got their MD in surgery. And there are 7 doctors in London who are now trying to record all those people who have been cured by SahajaYoga. And there are 400 doctors in Russia where they are practicing SahajaYoga. Now, Russians are another great people, I must say. Their government was bad, I know. They had no freedom. But they had such introspection about themselves, very introspective. They didn't take heed of any one of these false people. They just threw them out. But when I went there, can you imagine, they had never known me, they had never seen me. Just they saw my posters, and you won't believe we had people, 16,000, 18,000 people coming to my program. We had to book big stadiums. And we were amazed at these people, the way they settled down into it and worked it out. They are having problems in their country because of the bureaucrats, but they are not bothered. Sahajogis there are not bothered. Only there are about 30% or 25% people who are drivers or who are valets and all that, mostly uneducated, who want to have American jeeps, you see. That sort of people are there also. But most of them are very introspective, very intelligent, and very sensitive to spirituality. They understand spirituality. I tell you, even sometimes I feel better than Indians. It's very surprising how these people have developed that sharpness. Gorbachev himself is a realized soul. He himself is a realized soul. And that's how perhaps they have still elected him and he is there. Whatever it is, one has to say that a country where I least expected such a thing will happen is working out so well because of their superior type of understanding of reality. They have had every kind of material wealth. They're fed up with it. They don't want to have anything to do with it now. And now they're beyond it, and now they just want to have their spiritual life. In the same way, we have got everything in this country. I mean, there's no end to it if you run after getting things like plastics. There's no end to it, isn't it? But if you can just think about it, that we have had enough of it, then you will definitely turn to real spirituality. And real spirituality is within you, is in your own right, and you can always have it without any difficulty. Last but not the least, apart from the physical, mental and emotional things, is the joy that you get. You are always in joy. Like somebody today only said the other way around, that it would be hell without SahajaYoga. But I said that all right, you better say it's heavenly to be in SahajaYoga is a much more positive statement. So that is very true. Because when you see the violence, you see the way people are taking drugs. Now those who came to me, first of all, were 7 hippies. And all of them very well educated. You know, a very great time I had in London with those struggling with them. They were all very well educated. Some were professors, doctors, architects, very educated people. And 2 of them were Cambridge professors and had taken to hippism, were taking drugs. Overnight they gave up. Overnight they gave up their drugs. So many have given their drugs, alcoholism, overnight. What happens that? It's like a snake you are holding in your hand, and it's darkness, you can't see. And if I say there's a snake, you might say, no, I don't believe. All right? Till the snake bites you, you'll hold it. But supposing there's a little light, you yourself will throw away the snake. In the same way it happens that people just throw away all those things which they cannot normally throw. Also they are very much empowered to bear all these things, to throw away all that is not needed, to bear their freedom. We can't even bear our freedom. If we had sense of freedom, we would not have gone astray to this limit. We go to extremes because we have so-called freedom. We have no proportion of how far to go, how far not to go. So they can bear their freedom, they can bear their money. I mean, anywhere in a poor country or rich country, immediately if you give somebody, say, £1,000, immediately he'll go to the pub. First thing, greatest work to be done is to go to the pub. So this kind of unwise working, this kind of unwise thinking doesn't help people. And that's what one has to understand, that this wisdom is somewhere lost, and we have to have that wisdom. Now if you go to the ecological problems and other problems in the world, who is responsible? Human beings. We have created those problems. Something wrong with us that we have created this problem. Whether it is here, there, anywhere, wherever it is. It's the human beings. In a jungle if you go, you'll find it's absolutely nice, clean, nobody bothers no one. Why we have created this problem? Because there's something has to happen to us. Some transformation has to take place. We have to change. Once we change, then we'll be surprised that what we talk about microcosm and macrocosm becomes absolutely the actualization. So the time has come that I could come to Honolulu. I'm very thankful to David that I could come because of him. I'm thankful to you that you could come during this time when it's raining. I didn't know that April is the month when it rains. Otherwise, next time I'll come at a better time when it doesn't rain here and meet you all. But I would request you one thing. Now the SahajaYoga is not working on individual basis. Formerly, it used to be only one master and one disciple. Till the 12th century in India, it was just like that. And it was never told to other people about SahajaYoga. Of course, our ancient books, all the ancient books describe about this in great details. Even in Greece, I have seen they have idea about it. I went there and I found it surprisingly that Athena, Atha in Sanskrit means the primordial. And I asked them what is the meaning of Athena, this is the primordial mother. So in that Greek mythology also, they have got Athena. And in all these ancient scriptures in India also, we had complete description of Kundalini and all that, but not such a practical, down-to-earth exposition of it. Now in the 12th century, there was a great Saint Ganeshwara who wrote about this, asking the permission of his master in his book that this is the way, through only Kundalini you can achieve your realization. But then there were so many other people who came to India, and there was a big upheaval about this because they didn't want people to get realization. In the 6th century, we got lots of tantrikas, those who wanted to have a very dirty life for all the kings and everyone. So they said this Kundalini rising is horrible, and they wrote books about it. And these books were taken over by the Germans. Germans and Japanese have a speciality for this kind of erotic education. I don't know why. We see in India they are very much interested in finding out the erotics of the temples and things. While we do not care, but they will have zoom lenses, you see, big ladders to see those little pieces where there is erotic pictures are there or erotic sculptures are there. So they came down and they wrote books against SahajaYoga, and they wrote up against Kundalini, that Kundalini rising is a very dangerous thing and that you get into trouble and this happens, that happens. It's just all not true, because we have had now, as I told you, 45 countries. We have very big centers, and there are people from 55 nations who are doing SahajaYoga. And nobody has suffered so far. On the contrary, thousands have gained better life, better married life, better children, and a tremendous brain, I should say, because children who could not even pass their exams are getting scholarships. Some people have passed their highest exams in record times, and you will talk to SahajaYogis and you will find them extremely intelligent, brilliant and humorous. It's a very wonderful life, and I want you all to enter into it. This is the kingdom of God, where you feel all the blessings of God. The blessings are so much that you are amazed how you are blessed by God. So just to say that I believe in God is not sufficient, but to know that God exists, not only that, but He is with you all the time, and is so anxious that you enter into His kingdom. May God bless you. Thank you very much. I would, of course, like you to ask me questions if you have any, and I would like to answer them. But one thing I have to tell you, that now I've been working like this for the last 20 years, and I know all the Western minds, and I know their questions and style and permutations, combinations, everything I know. I'm quite good at answering. But that's just a mental feat. Another thing is, I have not come here to take anything from you. I have come here to give you what you have. And that's what I want to give you. And whatever I have, I would like to give you. For that, you should just ask me questions which are relevant. Unnecessarily, no use wasting time, yours and mine. So because I'm not come here for any election or voting or anything else, I've just come here to tell you what is yours, which you have to find out your own properties. In this short lecture, of course, as he said, it's a body of knowledge, no doubt. It's an ocean of knowledge. I cannot tell you all about it. We have, I think, 4,000 cassettes only in English language, and many others in other languages of mine, and you can read them, you can listen to them. They have everything with them. But we don't give this to people who are not yet SahajaYogis. because then the mind starts working, they start thinking too much. So this is beyond thinking. As he said that you come to the present, is beyond thinking, you go into thoughtless awareness. So may God bless you. May I have some questions, please? Can you open the doors? Be better. So hot.
God is He, I'm wondering if understanding of God as a person or impersonal or...
She says that you referred to God as He, the witness answer, and she wants to know whether you feel that God is a person or something, some other type of thing. This one she wants. I think that's the
This one, I'm sorry. I told you, because I told you God Almighty is the God He, one, let us see, one He God, all right? And His power of desire, pure desire, is a she God. She's the primordial mother. She's the primordial God, we can call it. But the relationship with each other is not like the way we have man and woman sort of a thing, where we fight all the time. But it's like moon and the moonlight, sun and the sunlight. There's no difference. And thirdly is the sun God. Of course, God is not like a rock of Gibraltar. He has many aspects which you will discover. He's not like just rock of Gibraltar. Even rock of Gibraltar is not the same from every angle. So he has many aspects, that's a different thing. But as I told you, that his three main things are like this. But then this goddess, we can say, the primordial mother, takes three forms and creates this earth. All this you will know in SahajaYoga. Because whatever I am saying, you need not believe. Why should you believe? You should find out yourself, and you will. What you say?
It was a repeat sold-out performance. It was beautiful.
She says that she met you in New Zealand, in Auckland, Sri Mataji, and it's not a question, she's just saying she really enjoyed it and saw you.
Nice to meet you here, yeah. Yeah, I've been to, I've been on the run all the time.
Remember when you were up on the stage and all the people formed a line?
Oh, I see.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah.
Very special occasion.
Yeah, it's true. I was also in Australia, and Australia we had 1,500 people. Yeah.
Obviously, we know where you get your energy.
You are visiting this place?
I think you've heard.
Are you visiting this place?
I live here. But I was in New Zealand 1 year.
Oh, I see. That's good. Really, we want some local people here because, you see, it has to be settled down here. We have to root it down. Unless until we do that, it won't work out. Good. Thank you very much.
Yes.
I would want to ask a mother, like, giving so much of herself that you feel drained at times. Where does it come from?
He's asking Sri Mataji that giving so much of yourself all the time, do you ever feel drained? Where does the energy come from?
I'm connected, sir. I'm all the time connected. I'm now 68 years of age, and I travel every fourth day, I think. But I never think I'm traveling, I never think I'm doing anything. I'm doing whatever. I never feel tired. You see, like a hollow instrument.
Mother has referred to Americans as wealthy, but there's a great deal of poverty in this country. 8,000 homeless people on this island alone, and many thousands of employees, foreign investors. Does Mother have any insight as to how poverty can be handled spiritually?
Sri Mataji? This woman is saying that you mentioned that Americans are wealthy, and she was mentioning that there's quite a lot of homeless and poor people also in America, 8,000
I know.
alone on this island, and she's wondering how spirituality can help that situation?
Very much it can be helped. You see, now, first of all, see, some people are rich, some are poor, like that, take it. Now the rich are wasting their time in what? In alcoholism, drugs, gambling, because they have no wisdom about it. You see? And also, then these gurus or all such nonsensical things, you see, they have too much money with them. But once you get realization, then you put your money to constructive. You start thinking what you can do. Also the poor people now, why they are poor? Let us see that point also. They also indulge into all these things. One thing, you see, in now, say Australia is having a bad time. Recession is there. What is the main reason is the labor. So the people came, the newspaper people asked me, Mother, what's the solution? I said, you just find out where are these labor class people spending their money. Because my husband had told me that Australian labor is the most difficult because they will charge you even for bending. For everything they charge you. Now where do they spend their money? Why do they want to have their more money? Just because they have to gamble, they have to have drugs, they have to have other things which are very dangerous for them. So a balance is established. A balance is established in a personality. So a rich start thinking of doing constructive thing, and also the poor start becoming balanced and they get rid of all these things. First of all, you don't have to go to a doctor. Secondly, you are not lethargic. Mostly people are lethargic. Also poor people are very lethargic sometimes. Because Indians, wherever they go, they make money. I don't know how they become so rich. In England, there are, I think, out of the 11 most rich, 3 or 4 are the richest. When you beat that, these Indians, how they work hard. They are not gurus, but they have made money because they work very hard. So also the lethargy goes away. Then thirdly, that all these bad habits go away. Fourthly, they marry nicely. They have nice children. The children grow very well. And the whole lifestyle changes and they become very sensible people. Then they don't divorce all the time. Like I hear every person is divorced 9 times or 10 times minimum. Otherwise they are not Americans. Is it so? That's very wrong. You go on divorcing from one person to another to third. You go on spending money on the lawyers. So the lawyers are very rich here, I think. So all these nonsensical ideas go away. Husband and wife love each other. They understand what is the love between husband and wife is. And they enjoy their married life very much. It's beautiful. So the whole lifestyle changes. When I went to England, they told me, Mother, they have arranged a program in Harlem. Harlem, I didn't know what it was, so why not? So they said, no, this maybe because the people are black, they may do something. I said, I'm also black. What will they do to me? Let me go and see. And I found the people who came there were very sweet, very nice, nothing happened to them. They were very sensible, very good. They took to realization. They were very, very good people. And nothing wrong with them, but just branded as black. I said, this is all wrong. And when they got realization, I'm getting letters from them saying that their lives are changed, they're so much better off, they're doing so well and everything. All their habits have dropped out. Everything, you see, if human beings become all right, the atmosphere will become all right. Everything will become all right. And even very few people should become good. Then it triggers. Their existence itself triggers it. I'll tell you another thing how SahajaYoga helps. It helps agriculture very much. We have experimented with this vibrated water. You see, and we have found that you get 10 times more agriculture with that. 10 times more agriculture. Even animals like cows and all that, Indian cows are very docile, but they don't give so much milk. They can give much more milk than even an Australian cow. Also we have seen about the chicken and all that. We can have ordinary chicken very well brought up. We need not give them injections and do all these things to the chicken, which is not very good for the health of the people. We don't also use hybrid seed. Without hybrid seed, we can grow our agriculture. So all these problems also are coming, health problems are coming because of food habits. Everything is changed and all, that's not necessary. Balance comes in. Balance is very important. I'll give you another example. See, when we first went to England, in India I never used to have any drinks in the house because we don't drink in India, myself, my husband. When I went to England, he said, here English people won't come to our house if you don't give them to drink. I said, all right, that's your department. Poor man had to study and find out how many tumblers he has to buy, even if for 6 people if he has to invite. That time, in those days, 1973, we had to shell out first 900 pounds just to buy tumblers for drinking. Can you imagine? But you can do with one glass. There's no need to have so many glasses and so many varieties, all ego. And you can have one silver glass instead of having so many glasses and use that for all your life and give it to your children also. And silver is very good for heart. Instead of using so many plastics, things, it's just a thing that you are playing into the hands of entrepreneurs, if you see it clearly. But you develop that intelligence very well. Once they start one fashion, that fashion goes. Then there is pile of clothes going on and on. Every day the hairstyle changes, this changes, that changes. It's really maddening. They are just making fool out of it. We should understand that. These entrepreneurs are making all the money from us, aren't they? By changing our fashions. Why should we run after them? Why should we listen to them? Because we have lost our individuality. If I found one lady one day with all her hair coming forward like this on her eyes. I said, it's not good, it will give you squint. Why do you? Mother, now that's the fashion. If you don't do that, you are not in. But in what? In hell or where? It's absurd, I tell you. If you just take yourself out of it, and then you will see. And if you are doing this, your children will do the same thing. Now we have small children. We have schools also. And I have seen Indian children are as quiet in the same way these children are. Extremely obedient, quiet, very sweet, and very disciplined. Automatically they get disciplined. And I asked them, why don't you want to smoke? They said, Mother, I'm a SahajaYogi, how can I smoke? The restriction comes on them, on themselves, why their own spirit restricts them. They become so sweet, so nice. See, imagine what's happening to our children here. In every angle, if you find that we are very much imbalanced, we go to the extremes of it, extremes of it. We have to be balanced, and that balance comes to us through our spiritual awakening. Because when we have the light, we see how we balance ourselves. When there is no light, in darkness, naturally we are imbalanced, isn't it? So all these problems can be solved. Thank you, so kind on you, sir. Thank you very much. It's very kind of. So these fans are only meant for yourself. Nobody else can. Thank you. Any other question, please? Good question.
The lady would like you to describe the concept of evil.
Why do you want to know about evil mind? I'm talking of something very good, beautiful. There is evil, no doubt, and we have created. We human beings have created in our freedom. God has given us only the freedom. Animals don't have any freedom at all. Animals are not free to do anything that they are not supposed to do. For a lion will behave like a lion, tiger will behave like a tiger. They are under the bondage of God. But we human beings have the freedom to do evil or good. We can go to hell or to heaven. Because if you have to have the last freedom, if you have to achieve that freedom, you have to know what freedom means. And trial and error method, you reach a point where you start thinking that something is wrong. You have to know something more. And that's how you proceed further. That's why there is this freedom to us, and we have created this evil. And this evil will disappear as soon as the light comes in, the darkness disappears. I've been talking every night. What's that? So would you like to have your realization now, all of you? All right. Any other question? Somebody raising the hands there? No one. All right. Now, I have told you that you don't have to do anything about it, it's spontaneous. But little bit, I would like to show you how to use your own hands to do this. I think you'll have to stand and show them. Somebody has to. First of all, you all keep your eyes open and see for yourself. The left side, as I told you, is ordinary desire, power of desire. So you put your left hand towards me like this, as he's showing, just like this towards me. On the lap. Sit comfortably. All right. Now, at the very outset again, I have to tell you that there are two conditions you have to fulfill, which are very simple actually, and they are very easily can be fulfilled. The first condition is that you have to forget the past. That means you have to forgive yourself. You are not to feel you are guilty. You'll be amazed when you feel guilty, you catch on this center here. And then you develop a disease called angina. Then also of all the lethargic organs. Not only that, but you also develop spondylitis and all these troubles because you feel guilty. There's nothing to feel guilty. Guilt is a kind of a myth. Please believe me. I verily say to you, please believe me that do not feel guilty. At this moment, please don't feel guilty for anything whatsoever. Because this divine power, which is the truth, is the ocean of forgiveness. And is such a powerful ocean of forgiveness that you cannot commit any mistakes which cannot be dissolved by it. But please do not feel guilty. That's one thing, a great thing you can do to yourself is not to feel guilty at all. Because Kundalini won't rise about this point if you feel guilty. Whatever you have done, forget it. If I have said something which is upsetting you, also forget my lecture. But remember, don't feel guilty. Otherwise there will be a problem. Please don't feel guilty. Secondly, second condition is that you have to forgive everyone. Now so many have said that it's very difficult, mother, to forgive. So many have said. Actually, what do we do? Whether we forgive or don't forgive, what do we do? Nothing. But if we don't forgive, then we play into wrong hands. In a myth, it's a myth. We just play into wrong hands, and those people who have tortured us and troubled us, they are quite happy. But we are the ones who are suffering. So what's the use of not forgiving? Better forgive and finish it off. You'll feel so much better, but don't think of the people whom you want to forgive, because you might start crying. So better is not to remember them. Just say, in general, I forgive everyone. Just say that from your heart. Just say, I forgive everyone. Absolutely, I forgive everyone. If you could say like that, just like that, it will work out, because that catches the center on the optic chiasma inside. So be careful that if you do not forgive, you may not get your realization. And then I have to work very hard on it. So why not? Because I'm here only for tonight. So please work it out the way I want to. Just forgive everyone in general. Now you have to put your left hand towards me, as I told you, and you have to take out your shoes to take the help of the Mother Earth. Put both the feet apart from each other. Because, as you know, the left and the right are two. You can keep it comfortably on your lap if you want, whichever way you are comfortable. You need not sit bending or bending backwards, but just straight as you sit very comfortably. Please sit very comfortably. Now put the left hand on your lap, like this. Here, on the lap. Yes, please. And with the right hand, we'll be touching all our centers. So first we touch our heart. In the heart resides the spirit. But the seat of the spirit is in the fontanelle bone area. But spirit itself resides here. Then we take down our hand on to the upper portion of our abdomen on the left hand side. This is the center for our mastery. Great masters have created this center for you. Then we take down our right hand, the lower portion of your abdomen on the left hand side. We are just working on our left hand side. This is the center of pure knowledge. Knowledge that manifests on your central nervous system. Later on you will know how the knowledge from here goes to the brain and how it emits those vibrations. Then you raise your right hand again on the left hand side of your abdomen, then on your heart, then in the corner of your neck and your head, you put your hand like this from the front and turn your head to your right. I have already told you about this center, that when it is out of order, you get many diseases like angina and spondylitis. Now, take your hand on top of your forehead across and put down your head as far as possible. This is the center where you have to forgive everyone. Now, take back your right hand on the back side. We are just now showing you. Take back your right hand on the back side of your head. Now here, without feeling guilty, without counting your mistakes, just for your satisfaction, you have to ask forgiveness from the all-pervading divine power. Now, stretch your palm nicely. Stretch your palm fully. Stretch, stretch. Stretch your fingers. Now put the center of your palm on top of your head. Here, where it's the fontanelle bone area, is the what you call the soft bone on top of our head when we were children. Now push back the fingers as far as possible. Push back the fingers. Put down your head. Push back the fingers. Put down your head. Now, you have to move your scalp with your pressure. Scalp with the pressure of your hand 7 times clockwise, slowly. That's all we'll have to do. Now, we have to close our eyes. Before that, if you have anything heavy on your neck or anything tight on your neck or on your waist, you can make it looser. Now, you can also remove your spectacles because it might help your eyesight. Now please put your left hand towards me and right hand on your heart, and now close your eyes. Here you have to ask a very fundamental question to me 3 times. You can call me Mother or you can call me Shri Mataji. Don't open your eyes, please. Please don't open your eyes. So now you can ask a question 3 times in your heart. 3 times ask Shri Mataji or say, Mother, am I the spirit Mother, am I the spirit? Ask this question 3 times. Now, if you are the spirit, you are your master. You are your own guru. So now, please take your right hand on the upper portion of your abdomen on the left hand side and press it hard. And ask a question again, a very fundamental one, 3 times in your heart. Mother, am I my own guru? Mother, am I my own master? Ask any one of these questions 3 times. Now take down your hand in the low portion of your abdomen on the left hand side. I respect your freedom, and the pure knowledge cannot be forced on you. You have to ask for it. So 6 times you have to ask, because this center has got 6 petals. So please ask 6 times. Put your right hand on the low portion of your abdomen and ask a question. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Just say this 6 times. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Have full confidence in yourself. Please close your eyes. Don't open your eyes. Please have full confidence. Now, as soon as you ask for pure knowledge, the Kundalini starts rising. When the Kundalini starts rising, we have to open our upper centers. So we have to be fully self-confident. Now please close your eyes. All of you, close your eyes. Don't open them. Now here, again, you ask a question, or you have to say with full confidence, raising your right hand on the upper portion of your abdomen. You say it with full confidence 10 times. Mother, I am my own master. Say it 10 times. I have already told you that this divine power is the power of love, is the ocean of knowledge, is the ocean of bliss, but above all, it is the ocean of forgiveness. So you cannot commit any mistakes of such a nature that cannot be dissolved by it. When you become the spirit, you will be absolutely cleaned out of all these ideas of your mistakes. So first we have to become the spirit, and for that put your right hand on your heart. And here you say with full confidence in yourself 12 times, Mother, I am the spirit. I have already asked you to forgive yourself. You should be actually placed pleasantly towards yourself, because all your mistakes are going to be dissolved by this divine power. Absolutely dismiss has to be thrown out of your mind that you are guilty. So now raise your right hand in the corner of your neck and your shoulder and turn your head to your right. And here you have to say with full confidence again, Mother, I am not guilty at all. Say it 16 times. Mother, I am not guilty at all. Please say it 16 times. Turn your head to your right. I have told you already that whether you forgive or don't forgive, you don't do anything. But if you don't forgive, then you play into wrong hands. And that's how you torture yourself. It's just a myth. Absolutely a myth. So now raise your right hand on top of your forehead and say here from your heart, not how many times, but say here from your heart, Mother, I forgive everyone in general. From your heart, not how many times. Please say, put your hand on your forehead across, put down your head and say it from your heart. Put down your head, please. Put down your head. Put down your head. Now please take your hand on the back side of your head and push back your head as far as possible. Now without feeling guilty, without counting your mistakes, just for your satisfaction, you have to say, O Divine Power, if I have done any mistakes, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me. Say it again from your heart, not how many times, please say it. Now, stretch your hand fully, stretch your palm fully. This is a very important last center. Now, you put the center of your palm on top of your head and bend down your head. Now press it hard. Here, bend down your head. Press it hard. Again here, I cannot cross over your freedom, which I respect very much. So in the glory of your freedom, you have to ask for self-realization. I cannot force it on you. So please move your right hand slowly 7 times clockwise, saying 7 times, Mother, please give me my self-realization. Please say it 7 times from your heart. Bend your head nicely. Now please take down your hand. Just test your hand. Fingers would have been better than mine. Now open your eyes slowly. Open your eyes slowly. Just watch me without thinking. Just watch me without thinking. You both your hands towards me. Right. This is to be in meditation. You cannot do meditation. To be in meditation means you are consciously aware. Now put your right hand towards me like this. That's right. And put your head down and see for yourself if there is a cool breeze coming out of your spontaneous core area. Now don't put your hand on top, but away from it. There's some people live very far, some close. Just move your hand up and down and on sideways and see for yourself if there's a cool breeze or a hot breeze coming out of it. There could be hot also. If you are not forgiven, it will be hot. So please forgive. Now, put the left hand towards me. Don't down, don't down. I'm not just going to encourage you or anything. Left hand. Now, with the right hand, bend your head and see yourself. There's a hot or a cool breeze-like thing coming out of your own head. You have to certify. I am not going to certify you. Now, put your right hand towards you. And see with the left hand again, nicely. Pay attention and see for yourself. Now raise both your hands like this and push them back like that. And now you ask me a question 3 times. Any one of these questions 3 times. Mother, is this the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost? Mother, is this the divine love? Mother, is this the Paramacharya? Any one of these questions you can ask me 3 times. Now please bring down your hands. Slowly. All those who have felt cool breeze in their hands or hot breeze, or out of their head, or on their fingertips, please raise both your hands. I want to see all those who have felt cool breeze or hot breeze out of their heads, or out of theirs, or on their hands. Please raise both your hands. You felt it higher. I want to see all of them. That's really how I can see. May God bless you all. You all have got it. Now you must know it's happened without thinking. Spontaneously, we cannot argue about it, think about it. So I think we keep quiet, and I would like to meet you all today before going because I won't be here anymore. And please look after your self-realization and be serious about it. Come and see Dave, and we are having a follow-up program. Work it out. We all have to be masters. It's very easy and very simple. And now laugh and enjoy. That's all I would say. Yes.
For those of you that are unable to remain and meet Srimataji, we're starting a series of follow-up programs. Tomorrow evening is the first one. It'll be right here at the YWCA in room 309. And it will be the first of a series of 8 follow-up meetings that kind of comprise a course that we're going to have to
Give
take
them
you
the
step by step.
address. Have you given them any handouts or something?
In your handouts that you got at the beginning of the arcade, there's a leaflet that tells you when the meetings are, what rooms they're in, and what dates and times. Typically, they'll be in room 309 at 7:30 on every Tuesday evening. And the first one is tomorrow evening, and we'll have the 8 successive courses And then we'll culminate that in a seminar where we'll all get together and do some things that are a little bit more hands-on and involved. So we'll start that course tomorrow. And it's, again, as always, it's free of charge. And we look forward to having you. Thank you. I think at this point, if we can just maybe clear the chairs out just a bit, and we can form just a